I've already got the screws. Need pencil and drivers. Yeah, I think that's all I need. What time is it? Whoa. All right. It's too big. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. How loud is that? Is that too loud? Where'd my brush go? Oh, there's my brush. What we got? Hello there. Para Pueblo. A little bigger, a little deeper. That might work, but let's go a little deeper. Just a smidge. All right. I gotta go grab some clamps. Hello, Chasing Jackpot, UK. I said hi to you, and then I read what you said. Yes, pretty much. Yep. I busted. You got me. Let's try 3. Whoa. Okay, 7. It works. time is it there in the UK? Right now I got 7 on the east coast of the US. Crank it to 10, see if we can get that gap out of there. Pretty close. There we go. Oh, so it's right after midnight, huh? I love Guy Ritchie films. Not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for the British sense of irony. Nobody does irony like you. Hello there. Sorry, I'm unable to read your name. I wish YouTube would translate names. I really love the film Snatch from Guy Ritchie. But I think my favorite Guy Ritchie film is now his interpretation of King Arthur. That movie's so underrated. Really gonna dial this back. I don't want to split this walnut. Hear that splitting? You can hear the wood splitting. Actually, I can reuse that hole. Well, thank you, Peter. Appreciate it, man. Actually, put these up real quick. We're going to go back here. The next mission is to fix this. It's a complete mess. This drawer has to be fixed. Actually, I'm not sure how I did that. It's been 2 years. There are no shims under there. I cannot remember how I did that, though. Sorry, don't know the answer to that one. Drywall screws. 3-inch. 4-inch. little screws. Two and a half. Is that unopened? Completely unopened. Unopened. Chilling in a drawer. I left a 1/8 inch short. I love playing cards. Playing cards are great for dialing stuff in. Yeah. No, unfortunately, I don't remember how I got that completely level. That's trash. Get rid of that. But no, actually, I have a deck of playing cards in this cabinet over here. What's left of a deck of playing cards. Quintessential tool. Red, blue. Now they're too dusty to do anything with. Probably trash. Two and a quarter. More Craig. More Craig. Two and a halves. Two and a quarter, three. I just kept throwing these in here. Now I want to make something to kind of organize it. Empty this drawer. I was thinking I'd rather be able, like I like these containers. You can kind of see through them. It'd be nice to have a visual representation of how many screws you have. What's up, MRH? So earlier I was fixing a prototype for like a couch armrest table. I noticed some flaws in the design, and now I'm cleaning out this drawer. I'm tired of wasting the entire drawer on just a bunch of screws piled in here. And gonna basically design something on the fly. Probably won't get it done tonight, but I can at least get started. More LED IDs. I thought I had Tupperware in here. There's Tupperware. There it is. It's not the size I like, so never mind. So my thought is I want to make something that holds these screws in these little plastic cases, because you can kind of see in there. Or maybe convert it to like Tupperware. Because the last couple of projects I've made, I go to the drawer to get screws and I don't have the screws that I thought I had. So I'd like to put something up on the wall where I can see what screws I need to go buy. I think I'm going to base the size of the cubbies off of this. It's pretty close to this, give or take an inch. So how many we got? Exclude the dowels, exclude the drywall screws, and exclude these. Let's measure these. We'll get the depth and then go rip stuff at the table saw. Let's see. Actually, we'll see if I have enough wood to even do this. So they're a little under 5 inches deep. Could probably make it 6 inches deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. I thought about making one big master like cubby for everything. Let's not complicate it. We'll do one cubby for like construction screws, one cubby for the Craig little tubs, and then one cubby for that kind of stuff. Because if I try to make one big cubby for all this crap, it's going to be real boring to watch. All right, let's go over to the workbench, grab some wood, see if we have enough wood to make a cubby for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 8. We're going to make 8 little cubbies. These are about the same size. And we'll build it this way from the wall. That way I lose less wall space. Let's go back to the workbench and see what kind of wood we got. I'm so ashamed of that dang drawer. Just piled in there. That's the prototype I started with. I'll see if I can swivel you to the wood pile without showing you the TV. Can't show you the TV. Can't let you see the TV. That's pretty good. I got the TV running on in the background. So I've got leftover 3/4 inch plywood. Just grab what I got. This may or may not work. I'm thinking 3/4 inch plywood, for the outside frame, and then I got a bunch of 1/4-inch plywood for dividers. But 3/4-inch plywood is so thin, I don't know if you can cut, dados in it without it falling apart. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. 1/4-inch. Three-quarter. 3/4. I think we might have enough to do this. I didn't realize that was... All right. Let's go to the workbench to get some measurements. We'll bring it this way. Get a little more. So we said it's 5 inches deep. Every piece I got is at least 5 inches wide. This one's slightly bigger than the other one, so it's about a little under 3.5, 4 inches wide. All right, I gotta take some notes. So I've got 8 of these little things. Let's add 4 more for expansion. 5 inches deep. Four inches wide. And we'll just say 3 inches tall. Just round up to the nearest inch. And we'll come back to that. What's going on, Duncan? And I don't know if I'm going to get this all done tonight, but we'll get it started. So 1, 2, 3, 12. Quarter inch, so 1/2 inch. Nine. Nine plus 1/2 for dividers, plus 1.5. So we'll make this 11 inches tall. We'll see if this has worked. This is math on the fly. So let's go ahead and start by cutting the outside 3/4 inch plywood, 5 inches deep. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to add 3/4 inch for mounting plates. 5 3/4. I'm going to need 2 sheets at 11. And then we'll figure out the horizontal members. Start with this 5 3/4 inches. Set up the table saw. We'll set up the table saw and see how far we are on time. I also need to make something to hold this on the wall. Kind of don't have anywhere to put it. Nope. That works. Let's double check. Slightly afraid. I took the riving knife off the back for the table saw sled. So hopefully this isn't bad. So it's 1 inch wider, 1, 2, 3. So we'll need 14 inches minus a couple. So let's see if this is long enough to get out of one sheet. That'd be cool. So I need 11, 11, 14, 14. 22, 28, 50, 47. I'll just cut it twice. It's wide enough. Grab some hearing protection. Put it on the glasses. I'm not going to turn on dust collection because it's bad for audio. Takes forever for this saw to wind down. That leaves me enough space for the screws, and then at the top of the structure, leave a 3/4 inch mounting plate. I got the Rikon. It was on sale last year for like $1,000. And I had been working off of a crappy little Craftsman for a couple of years. So when it went on sale, I was like, yep, that's mine. All right, so I think the easy part is going to be measuring the outsides. One, two, three. So it'll be 14 inches minus 1.5 inches for $13, $12.5. All right, we're just going to work off this math, quick math. I think my goal for tonight is get the outside frame constructed. Well, not completely constructed, but at least cut to size. And the dividers, I'm going to make out of 1/4 inch plywood. Because before I can assemble the outside, I'm going to figure out where to put the dividers. And I don't think that's thick enough to make dados, so I'll probably have to do something kind of clever. And the only issue with this whole table saw, this, what is this, like neoprylene or whatever they call it, doesn't go all the way down to the table. 1/4 inch plywood slips underneath it. So you have to clip on a fence to it. I used to have a board for it over here somewhere. I don't know if I still do. So yeah, before you can cut 1/4 inch plywood on this table saw, you have to attach a fence that goes all the way to the table. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's cut the outside to size, add pocket holes. If I can find something flat with holes in it, we'll come back and cut the 1/4 inch. head over here to the miter saw, clean some of this up. What's going on, Mr. Donald? I'm gonna clean up this mess a little bit. Give me a second to clean all that crap out of the way. I used to have a board made for cutting 1/4-inch plywood to modify the fence, and I might have sacrificed it for something else. You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, and no, for some reason, I'm not concerned about static buildup in the PVC. I've heard about it, but I've never seen any evidence that, like, I feel like there would be videos of PVC just spontaneously combusting, exploding. Could be wrong. A couple months from now, I could make a video about how my dust collector caught on fire. Well, those are not the right size. Oh, well, they're going in there. All right, what did we say? We said 11 and 12 and a half. All right. Actually, we might be able to get all of this out of one sheet. Might be able to. Let's start with the 11s. Then we'll go back for the 12 and a halves. Sure it's locked in. Get you a little closer. And not so crooked. The amount of threads on this is incredible. There we go. All right, so obviously my stop block isn't going to work. Cut's too short. I know this looks like a 2x4, but I milled it square. I always keep a bunch of these around. That's a clean cut. There's no way, if that math is right. That doesn't look like that's big enough for 3. That doesn't seem like that's right. That's a small piece. Test this before we go too far. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we got plenty of room for 3/4 inch. I used to be the guy that, you know, even something silly like this, I would sit down with a pen and paper and meticulously do the math. Now I'm like, let's just go out to the shop and wing it. If we screw it up, we'll do it again. I just always try to make sure I get as much dust out of the way as I can. You don't want it changing the size of your cut. Actually, even these little tear out hairs might mess it up. There's a little bit of tear out there. I'm gonna grab a piece of sandpaper, clean that up. I don't want it messing with the joinery. Here's my other junk drawer of doom. Underneath my planer, just full of crap. Crap. We're gonna have to fix that. Now, because all this stuff is going in the shop, I don't care about tear out, those rough edges. I'm going to paint it anyways. Yeah. So these are the vertical members. We'll see if we got enough material left to get 12.5-inch cuts, 2 of them off this one. And actually, these are going to be pretty deep cubbies, so I'm just going to go grab a rattle can full of black spray paint to hose off in the inside. I wear brown all day. I look at brown all day. Love wood, but I'm out in the shop. I paint it. I want to see color out here. Well, I mean, I guess painting something black isn't adding color, but you get the point. It's not brown. What was that, 12.5? Ooh, this might work. It's gonna be close. That's not a square edge over here. It's round because I was cutting circles. Hearing protection's over here. Try to go a little slower, minimize the blowout. All right, let's see if that's wide enough for 3. Yeah. My God, we might have did some fast math and it worked out. I better mark these before I forget which one was which. Put it on one edge, so it'll be the back. Ooh. We're literally going to have just like maybe a ½ inch left over. This is... Check that out. That was pretty close. Not much left. That's burn pile there. All right, now I'm thinking, instincts tell me let's go put in pocket holes. Yeah, I think I got it figured out actually. Yeah, we'll do pocket holes now. Cut grooves in here. Dados. I'm not using a dado stack. I don't like dados. Actually, they're illegal in the UK, right? But if we're making like something with 3 compartments, you put one in the middle and then split the difference on the sides. So it's not like you really need a whole lot of math. Just find the middle, then find the middle again. All right. We're gonna go over here, grab the Craig 720 Pro, and go back over here. I keep my Craig over there. It's a little bit of a tight fit through there. I use this thing all the time for shop furniture and cabinets. Tonight I was working on, started with this prototype. Goes over the armrest of your couch because I have an area where I can't build an end table. So it's a drink, like a can holder, phone holder, remote holder. And I might integrate wireless charging. And now I'm building like a cubby for screws in the shop. I had this drawer down here literally full of little screw, whatever the hell you call these, screw containers, just packed. Completely useless drawer. And I kind of wanted to put something on the wall to where I have a visual representation of when I'm about to run out of screws. All right. So we're putting pocket hole screws in the top and the bottom. Sounds good. That's what we're working with. What time is it? Normally I hook my shop back up to this thing. Because it comes with this little adapter. But dust collection kind of sucks for audio. So when I'm live streaming, I try to avoid dust collection if I can. We're just going to eyeball the middle. And actually, this is going to take 3, 6, it's going to take 12 pocket hole screws. And I don't even know if I have 12 pocket hole screws. Which is why I'm building this. So I know when I'm running out of screws. That should be good. I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't matter. Oh, nice, man. That's awesome. My kids are on the younger side, and I've tried to get them out here just to get acquainted a little bit. Nah, they don't. The next generation doesn't like to do stuff. They don't like to play sports. I think they're allergic to the sun. But I always keep trying. Moment of honesty here. I've never made a cutting board. I've made coasters, but they're not end grain. Still never made a cutting board. I would like to try to make a cutting board with that like houndstooth pattern, because I think that looks pretty sweet. But this year, my plan is to be more focused on like home improvement, furniture I may or may not need. Where'd my little brush go? Do you go to like trade shows or fairs and sell them? Put up a booth? I think I did this right. Part of me is thinking I just cut the pocket holes in the wrong boards. I want to make sure before I go any further. I meant to hide them on the inside, but that's okay. I think we're okay. No, I think I screwed this up. Yep. Whoops. Put those in the wrong boards. It's okay. It's okay. I knew it. As I was doing it, I was like, I think I just put those in the wrong damn boards. So here's what we'll do. It happens. That's the cool thing about watching stuff live. Nice. Yeah, my kids are gamers too. I can't believe I did that. Sorry, I gotta make sure this is the right cut. I put the holes on the right side. Oh, I did. We're good. We're good. I just... I think I made this way too tall. Is this the same size? We'll divide that difference by 2. All right. We might cut that shorter. All right, let's finish what we're doing here. I think I'll put the pocket hole screws in, probably call it a night, because I think I cut the other boards too long. It happens. And I'd rather step away and do some math before I compound my problem. I'm running out of 3/4 inch plywood, so. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get 6 more holes in this and call it a night. Thought I had it dialed in, but plus how much? Yeah, I'm only at 60%. I got plenty of time, but yeah, I'm gonna get these holes put in here and call it a night. Right on. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of this video, this live stream. I want to go back and double check the math because I think I cut these a smidge too long. Appreciate you guys watching, joining, supporting the channel. It's nice to meet all the new people tonight. So have a good night. I'll be on tomorrow to do the next steps.